Have you ever caught someone red-handed in a lie, only to watch them twist the truth until you felt like you were the guilty one? It's a deeply unsettling experience. One moment you think you finally have clarity. The mask is off. The truth is exposed. The next, you're questioning your own memory, your judgment, even your sanity. That's because evil people don't deal with the truth directly. They distort it, they manipulate it, and they do whatever it takes to escape accountability. The truth is, life isn't always fair. Some people will lie, deceive, and cause harm without hesitation. And when they're finally exposed, they won't admit their wrongdoing. They'll fight to the last breath to protect their false image. It's not just dishonesty. It's a perfected art of deception. The Stoics warned us that such people thrive on reaction. They want you rattled, emotional, off balance, because that's when they can regain control. In this video, we'll uncover 10 psychological tricks evil people use when caught, and more importantly, how Stoic philosophy gives you the tools to remain calm, collected, and untouchable. Because when you refuse to play their game, you strip them of the very power they depend on. Let's dive in. 1. Playing the victim to gain sympathy. The first reaction you'll often see is an immediate transformation from aggressor to victim. Instead of admitting guilt, they flip the story to make themselves appear wounded, misunderstood, or unfairly attacked. Suddenly, you are the bully, and they are the fragile soul in need of protection. This tactic works because most decent people are naturally empathetic. They hesitate to push someone who appears vulnerable. Think about it. A coworker lies about you. You confront them, and suddenly they're in tears saying, "I just feel like no one supports me here." Now, instead of holding them accountable, you're left comforting them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." The Stoic response is to see through the manipulation. Empathy is a strength, but misplaced empathy becomes a weakness. Don't let crocodile tears blind you to the truth. Hold the line, and when victimhood fails, they escalate into something darker. 2. Gaslighting to undermine your reality. Gaslighting is one of the most dangerous tools in their arsenal. When caught, they'll deny, twist, and reframe events so convincingly that you begin to doubt your own memory. They'll say, "That never happened," or "You're imagining things." Their goal is simple: make you feel unstable so the burden of proof shifts back onto you. Imagine discovering text messages that prove betrayal. Instead of admitting it, they insist you're overreacting. That's not what it means. You always twist things. Now, not only are you hurt, but you're defending your sanity. Stoic philosophy teaches us to trust reason over emotion. Epictetus warned that the greatest harm is not done by events themselves, but by how we interpret them. When faced with gaslighting, anchor yourself in evidence, not in their words. But if making you doubt reality doesn't work, they'll try to scare you into silence. 3. Using intimidation and fear tactics. When sympathy and confusion fail, intimidation comes next. Evil people often resort to fear, raising their voice, glaring, or even using subtle threats. They count on the fact that fear shuts down rational thought. If you're afraid, you won't hold them accountable. Consider a boss who's exposed for unethical behavior. Instead of addressing the facts, he bangs the table and says, "Do you really want to risk your career over this?" The threat isn't always physical. It can be financial, emotional, or reputational. Seneca reminded us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. If you let intimidation control you, they win. The Stoic way is to remain calm and unshaken, to remind yourself that external threats cannot touch your inner strength. Yet not every tactic is aggressive. Sometimes they swing to the opposite extreme. 4. Overcompensating with kindness. When caught, some people suddenly become overly nice. They shower you with compliments, favors, or generosity, hoping to rewrite the narrative. It's a form of bribery disguised as kindness. The aim is simple: if they overwhelm you with sweetness, maybe you'll forget their betrayal. Picture a friend who lies to you, and after being exposed, shows up with gifts, messages of affection, and constant attention. It feels good, yet it's not sincere. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be." B1. True goodness is consistent, not conditional. Stoicism teaches us to judge by actions over time, not sudden bursts of exaggerated kindness. Don't be swayed by temporary gestures. When kindness doesn't erase the truth, the blame game begins. 5. Shifting blame onto others. Perhaps the most common tactic of all blame shifting. When evil people are exposed, they immediately point fingers elsewhere. It's never their fault. They'll blame coworkers, circumstances, even you. For example, a partner caught lying might say, "I wouldn't have done this if you hadn't made me feel ignored." Notice how responsibility magically vanishes. Epictetus said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." Yet manipulators refuse to embrace this wisdom. They choose excuses over accountability. Recognizing this tactic helps you avoid the trap of self-blame. Stay firm in the truth. Their actions are theirs alone. But if blaming others doesn't work, they turn to a performance of absolute certainty. 6. Denying with confidence. Here's the unnerving part. Many evil people deny wrongdoing with such conviction you almost believe them. They look you in the eye and swear with absolute confidence. That's not true. Humans are wired to trust certainty. The bolder the denial, the easier it is to doubt yourself. But Stoicism reminds us words are not proof, actions are. Seneca said, "Truth lies open for all. It does not require long arguments. A confident liar is still a liar." Learn to separate tone from content. Don't let conviction replace evidence. And when denial doesn't silence you, they try to distract you. 7. Creating distractions to change the subject. Another common reaction is diversion. Instead of addressing the issue, they steer the conversation elsewhere, picking fights over unrelated topics or flooding you with irrelevant details. Suddenly, the original problem gets buried under noise. Think of someone caught cheating who suddenly brings up your past mistakes or starts complaining about work stress. This isn't coincidence, it's strategy. Marcus Aurelius warned against being dragged into unnecessary disputes, reminding us that clarity comes from focusing only on what matters. The Stoic approach is simple. Don't chase the distraction. Stay anchored to the original issue. But when they can't distract, they resort to partial truths. 8. Giving half-truths instead of full honesty. Evil people know that a lie mixed with truth is harder to spot. They may admit to part of their wrongdoing, but never the full picture. This keeps you half-satisfied, yet still in the dark. For instance, they admit, "Yes, I talked to them," but leave out what was said. You sense dishonesty, but can't fully prove it. The Stoics remind us that truth is whole. It doesn't come in fragments. Epictetus emphasized the importance of clarity and honesty, warning that partial truths breed confusion. And when partial honesty doesn't shield them, they lash out. 9. Becoming defensive and overly aggressive. If cornered, they explode with aggression, shouting, insulting, or attacking your character. This is designed to intimidate you into backing down. The logic is simple. If you feel attacked, you'll retreat, and the original issue will die. But aggression is a mask for fear. Seneca wrote, "The fiercest anger belongs to the weakest mind." Recognize that behind their rage lies desperation. Don't mirror their energy, respond with calmness. Your silence becomes a mirror reflecting their weakness. And if aggression doesn't work, they retreat into silence. 10. Withdrawing and going silent as a weapon. Finally, when all else fails, they weaponize silence. They refuse to engage, hoping that your frustration will make you drop the issue. It's the silent treatment, not as peace, but as control. Picture a friend who vanishes after being confronted, ignoring messages and calls. The silence screams louder than words. But here's where Stoicism shines brightest. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that our peace does not depend on others' actions, but on our own choices. Don't chase their silence. Don't beg for answers. Let them sit in it while you stay rooted in your truth. In the end, every tactic, victimhood, gaslighting, intimidation, kindness, blame-shifting, denial, distraction, half-truths, aggression, or silence serves one purpose: to escape accountability. Evil people cannot face the truth, so they bend reality to protect themselves. But the Stoics give us the ultimate shield: self-control. You cannot control their lies, but you can control your response. You cannot stop them from manipulating, but you can choose not to react. Composure is your weapon. Evil thrives on chaos, but it suffocates in the presence of calm. By staying grounded, you deny them the victory they crave. So the next time someone twists the truth, remember your power lies in your stillness. Protect your peace. Stay firm in reality. And know this: no matter how hard they run, accountability always catches up. If this message spoke to you, share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective might help someone else. And don't forget to subscribe for more timeless Stoic wisdom on strength, resilience, and inner peace.